Hello again. Here we are at the end of yet another year, and well, those of you who pay attention and know about it, I have my annual vlogs to try and keep up to speed with, so to keep you all in the loop and find out how the year was for me. Unfortunately, there's a lot that happened this year that completely escaping my mind right now, but I do have a slight idea of how to go about it next year to try and keep the most important things together, so I would be sure not to forget this next year around. But we'll just have to wait and see how all of that goes. And that's all I'm going to say about it right now. But for the most part, I have a typed file right here on this secondary monitor right by the camera, just to help me out along with what I could possibly talk about. And, well, it should go well for this year's vlog. So don't mind me looking off to the side every once in a while to give myself that brief reminder. And, well, yeah, let's just see how the year was. And for the most part, yes, as it should be with any year, so many great times with a whole lot of great people. Of course, my best friend Phil, and good buddy Ed, of course Ariel, and Melina, and so many people. I've met so many people this year on campus, at my usual karaoke venues, and some new people at family gatherings like 4th of July or even this year's Christmas party. And we've always all had some great times, but for a select few, saw so many great movies with you. It would be either be at home or in theaters. And yeah, I'm not talking completely about myself, but saw the movie Paul, and if you haven't seen it, you gotta see it. It is a very good movie, funny as, and well, if you haven't seen it, you gotta get on it. And yeah, along with that, movies like The Muppets and The Rum Diary. And at home we got to see the first two Harold and Kumar movies, since I hadn't until now. And I had to do that to catch up before I saw the third Harold and Kumar movie. Again, funny as. And a few movies, I just can't help but wonder what took me so long to see these. But I finally did get the chance to, thanks to my good buddy Phil Smith. And it was, of course, Stripes. That was so long ago, but I'm just now finally saw it this year, along with Meatballs and Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, Another You. Very good movie. And yeah, always just seeing great movies this year. And we'll just have to wait and see what movies come this upcoming year, but it should all be good. And, well, I have made a post recently on Facebook talking about it. Just seems to, for the most part, worth reiterating that if you know me, I mean really know me, and you know how much of a big deal this is. So my favorite artist, musician, Jimmy Gnecco, for the third time this year. Very, very great show, and I just have to point it out. If you have not seen Jimmy or the band Hours perform a show, you have to, because you will not regret it. It is one cash show, and you are bound to enjoy it. I'm sure of that. And, well, yeah, next time they're in town, you can be sure I'm going to find my ways to go there myself, and you might as well try to tag along with me, so you'll have a good idea what it's like and what to expect. And yeah, I don't want to go off on that whole separate tangent right now, because it's all about the year for this video. And yeah, just trying to think of what else. Yeah, of course, not all good came this year. There has to be some bad along the way, but from the bad, good will follow. And I bring this up because not too long before my birthday this year, I had some problems with my mouth. It was hurting like help. And I actually had to go for it, get 2 of my wisdom teeth taken out. And yeah, it was hurting way too fucking much. But they're out now, doing a whole lot better at the moment. Just have to wait and see when the other 2 are going to be giving me problems, and when I might have to be taking those out. But right now, so far so good. And along with that, it seems like I should take the time to go ahead and talk about how, well, my health has been a whole lot better this year. Not quite 100% yet, but I have been using my cane a whole lot more this year, and not just at home. Going to certain venues where I had to do some walking, but still an equal amount of sitting down, so I won't have to worry about getting too tired or wearing myself out too much. And going to some of my friends' houses, especially those of you who live on the 2nd floor of an apartment complex or a 2-story house, where I would have to use the stairs. And, well, it just seems to be proof enough that my health is getting better and making great strides, big advancements. Just have to wait and see how it all goes from here. And for those of you who don't know just yet, but if you're watching this video, good chance you do know already. And it just seems worth mentioning again that I actually did finish, after all the trials and tribulations, all the hardships that came along the way, I did finish my 2nd degree at the Institute. And about, I want to say, 4 months after that, I began my 3rd degree, my master's degree, at Full Sail Universities for media design. And we'll see how all of that goes. And what's kind of well, just essentially about how the journey is going to be this time around. It should be good. I'm going to, as always, put in my best effort and be sure to, well, just see what comes from it all. And, well, you all should know how learning is for me and how I always welcome expanding my education, so it shouldn't be all that bad. And, well, it does make sense that I'm going for a master's. I finally have a job. It's a part-time job, but one nonetheless, and of course something in the arts, because I am a part-time painting instructor for Paint and Party Las Vegas. And so far seems to be pretty good. Only taught 1 class so far this year, but they're trying to see how many more classes they can give me and schedule me for this upcoming year, and to have far more in January than I have so far this year since I've been employed there. And essentially it should all be good. And we'll just have to wait and see how it all goes. And yeah, beginning a new year seems like should take the time to point out, well, take some time to talk about possible resolutions. And, well, since I did briefly talk about it, seems like I really should make it a resolution of mine to really do the best I can to improve my health, exercise more, and just do what I can to improve myself for whatever comes my way. And be sure that, yeah, I'm back to fully being on a cane again, if not that, being off of a cane. But just have to wait and see how it all goes by year's end. But it should be good. I'm going to do my best for it. You can be sure of that. And, well, there is one more resolution. I'm thinking about repeating one that I did last year. And it should be good. And, well, like it was last year, I resolved to
Did she scope on a dream that's been pulled from the street? Obviously, she's got it together so nicely. Obviously, a living legend.
And that's enough for that resolution. I don't want to take too much time like I did last year going over that resolution, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you get a good idea of where all of that can go. But just have to wait and see. And like I started last year, I am doing again this year. And, well, those of you who did read the post and submitted, well, here are the answers to your questions, because I'm going to do my new Q&A segment of the year. And it is new. The first one comes from a new friend I made a couple of months back. It was a really good time. It comes from Jewel. Did you enjoy Heaven and Hell this Halloween? And, well, first let me say it was Halloween, so of course I'm going to enjoy whatever comes my way, and be sure that it was a really good time, and that, of course, I am going to enjoy it. And yes, having that whole Heaven and Hell combination, especially with you two, well, I'm sure you two do know how much of a good time it was, and that's all I'm going to say on this video. But just trust me that, yeah, I did have a good time, and I did enjoy it, and, well, quite frankly, we should hang out more, just to, well, to hang out more and make the next year an even better year than this one. And, yeah, essentially just leave it at that. But just so you know, yes, I did enjoy it. And, well, any kind of combination, costume, concepts, or ideas, always good in my book. So keep it, you two, keep it up. My good friend Liz, what was my favorite part of the year? And there were quite a few things that happened this year that were my favorite. So, well, of course, I do have my opinion on what were the best of the possible favorites of the year. But obviously, I'm going to say finishing my second degree, that's one of my favorite parts of the year. Spending times with all of my friends. Mainly spending time with one in particular is one of my favorite years, especially around her birthday, being able to spend that much time with her and giving her the gifts that I did really made for, well, pretty much one of the topmost favorites of the year. And that's all I'm gonna say about that so far, because, well, it does seem like that subject does carry on over to the following questions. And it just seems like, of course, they had to follow along a certain theme this year. This next one comes from my buddy Ed. If there's anything this year I could change or do over, what would it be and why? And it does seem like perfect opportunity for me to bring up this one quote of mine. I've told many people, and, well, might as well take the time to go say it again and actually explain it this time over for people. And it's just that if yesterday's tomorrow was today, I'd be myself again. And I bring that up because the meaning that I want to associate with that saying is just that if I was given the chance to relive my life, especially certain aspects or events, I would do it all the same way I did it before. Because I am happy with the way things are right now, certain matters aside that are really out of my control, like my health. And yeah, I would do things all over again to be sure that I came back right here where I am right now with the people I know and the things that I have done. So I wouldn't change anything. But certain things I would do over again, just for the sake of doing over again, because they were some really, really good times. And I always have them in the back of my memory, trying to relive them in my mind. just always holding on to it. And they usually do revolve around a certain someone, but that's all I'm gonna say at the moment, trying to trick me into something. I know you, Ed. And we'll try and break away from that theme for a brief moment, because looking at my buddy Ron's question, it might tie in just a little bit. Because Ron asked me, knowing how things can be for me and my health, what got me through the year? And well, a lot of you have seen me go through what I have to go through, and just trying to do whatever I can to make it through the best I can. A lot of you have said that I'm a fighter, and yes, I am a fighter. I am not going to let my health or this condition get the best of me or hold me back from all that much. Well, much of anything. And yeah, just having that drive and force really helped me get through the worst that came my way. I'm sure it always will, as far as I can help it, of course. But of course, a certain someone also gave me a certain driving force to give me reason to keep myself going forward and dealing with my health, doing the best I can with it, so that it wouldn't hold me back, that we can be sure to continue having better times together. And it does seem to go into the next question, as I'm sure Ron knows. Your wife Stacy just had to ask, so what's this? And before I get into the question, I'm going to say just this once, I'm going to break this rule of mine about mentioning names within my post, because I have it that if somebody asks me a question, I am going to read the question as they wrote it and not change it. And there is a name in this question, so I kind of have no choice. I'm going to have to go ahead and read this question now. And Stacy just has to ask, so what's the story with you and that girl, Ariel? Seeing pictures and hearing how you two are together, I could have sworn that. And well, suffice it to say, you are not the first one to point that out, Stacy. And a lot of people have thought about me and Ariel that way before. And really the story is, we met in college. We're always hanging out together, always having a good time. We just both, my opinion, Ariel is. And of course, the final question from just about everyone to tie it all together, when's the big day? Guys, come on. Why does everybody seem to rush me? I mean, yes, I do have roughly 107 opinions the same, so they can't be wrong, right? But don't want to be rushing things. Just give things their time and see how it all goes from here. And that's all I'm going to say about all of that. Just going to leave it all at that cliffhanger right now and see how it all could go. But here we are at the end of another year. Many things possible for the next year. You just have to wait and see how it all goes from here. But I will do my best to keep you posted. And we'll see how the concept I'm playing with for next year's annual vlog will go. But just have to wait and see. And be sure that I stay on top of it and actually do it the way I'm thinking. And, well, just try to make it a good point to have fun next year and make it the best it can be as of yet. For now, just have to take it all as it comes. So for now, peace out, PS out.